Hi guys, welcome back to Codemaster Coach, your medical coding tutor. Well guys, as promised, whenever a new term is getting ready to start, I wanted to come to you and let you know registration is now open. Guys, March 15th, I opened registration on March 1st, and on March 15th, I will be starting my next cohort of students. And with my next cohort of students, that means I'll be bringing in my next class. So those of you that are currently in my Introduction to Medical Terminology class are now able to register for Medical Coding Level 1. And those of you that have already taken a medical terminology class at another school or program can still come into my Medical Coding Level 1 class. The goal is that you know the language of medicine so that when we start our coding classes, you'll know what you're coding. Biggest fallback that I'm finding is a lot of students don't know the difference between a diagnosis and a procedure. Through your medical terminology class, knowing your word parts and how they fit together, you'll know the difference between a diagnosis and procedure. Also, those that are in Medical Coding Level 1 will be moving to Medical Coding Level 2. Those that are in Medical Coding Level 2 will be moving to Intro to CPT. And then those that are in Billing and Reimbursement or in Medical Coding Level 3 will be ready for my CPC prep course. So again, I'm offering all 7 of my courses starting March 15th. That's Introduction to Medical Terminology. I will be offering it starting March 15th. You'll just be ready for the next cohort if you missed this March 15th start date. Medical Coding Level 1, Medical Coding Level 2, Intro to CPT, Medical Coding Level 3, Medical Billing and Reimbursement, and my CPC prep course. Any questions, feel free to email me at codemastercoach@gmail.com. And also guys, I'm going to be following up this video with another video on why I think my program has been so successful based on the testimonies of the students, based on what I'm seeing documented. I want to share those comments with you. And then to also, if you remember back in December, I posted the videos in January where I was doing a series on So You Failed Your Exam, Now What? For students that have taken other programs and have taken the exam. I've met multiple students that have taken their exam 8 times and failed it. And in communicating with them, what kind of issues am I finding? And be honest with you, the biggest thing that I'm finding is that the foundation wasn't laid. In other words, they were shipped books, shipped assignments, and said, do it. And those of you who are coders know it's easy to go down a rabbit trail and just think you're coding right, and you will be dead wrong if you do not have your coding foundation. And in my Medical Coding Level 1 class, I teach that foundation. You've got to have a solid foundation. My students, I always tell them you got to have a trained eye to see what other people can't see in the code book. So in my Medical Coding Level 1 class, I teach that foundation that I really think students aren't getting. And what I'm learning to do from those students that are in my So You Failed Your Exam program, I'm learning to set up little, I call them lunch and learns, where the goal is to be 30 minutes. Sometimes they go a little longer. I'm trying not to let them go more than an hour, where I'm teaching little key individual things that I'm noticing. For those that can't afford right now to jump into a full medical coding program, although I will stress again, my program is not one of the expensive programs out there. I think I have one of the cheapest programs, which I need to really look at. But right now my goal is to really teach. I enjoy teaching medical coding. So again, for the price of my program, you really can't beat it. But anyway, those that cannot afford to just go right into a full medical coding program, I'm putting together small lunch and learn series. I only have one ready right now, just in talking with the students over the last 2 weeks. some issues that I'm finding from them where their weaknesses are, I want to build these little lunch and learn training sessions. They won't be more there. I think they're going to run about $14.99. It's a lunch. Instead of buying lunch that day, join me on a lunch and learn. And that day, just get down a concept that you may be missing. So again, those, I'm going to start getting that series together. But again, just wanted to come to you today and let you know that registration is now open for my next cohort of students so that we can start another class from the ground up. Any questions, email me at codemastercoach@gmail.com. Thanks, guys. I will see you in the next one.